Budgeting is one of the most important habits in personal finance. It is the foundation that decides whether your money controls you or you control your money. Yet for many people, budgeting feels complicated, overwhelming, and restrictive. That is why the 50-30-20 rule has become so popular. It is a simple framework that anyone can use to manage money wisely without drowning in spreadsheets or overthinking every expense. The 50-30-20 rule is not a gimmick. It is a timeless principle that balances your needs, wants, and goals. By dividing your income into 3 clear categories, it creates a system that is easy to follow and easy to stick with. When applied consistently, it can reduce stress, eliminate debt, and grow savings. Let us break it down step by step, explain why it works, and show how you can use it in your life. The first step is understanding the categories. According to the 50-30-20 rule, your after-tax income should be divided into 3 buckets: 50% for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for savings and debt repayment. That is the entire formula. But the true power lies in how you define each category and how disciplined you are about following it. Let us go deeper. Needs are the essentials, the expenses you cannot live without. They include housing, utilities, transportation, groceries, insurance, healthcare, and minimum debt payments. These are the basics that keep you safe, secure, and functioning. The rule says no more than half of your income should go toward these essentials. If needs consume more than 50%, your budget is unbalanced, leaving little room for savings and growth. Wants are the things that make life enjoyable but are not essential for survival. Dining out, streaming subscriptions, travel, shopping, gym memberships, hobbies, and entertainment all fall into this category. Wants are important because life is not only about survival, it is also about joy. But if wants consume too much, they sabotage long-term stability. Keeping them capped at 30% ensures balance between living well today and preparing for tomorrow. Savings and debt repayment form the final category at 20%. This is where you pay yourself first. It includes building an emergency fund, contributing to retirement accounts, investing, and paying extra toward debts beyond the minimum. This is the growth category. It is what moves you from surviving paycheck to paycheck into building wealth and freedom. Without this category, progress stalls. Here is an engaging thought. Imagine working hard every month, but having nothing to show for it. That is life without a plan. Now imagine each paycheck automatically divided into clear buckets, with savings growing consistently. Wants enjoyed guilt-free and needs covered without stress. That is the power of the 50-30-20 rule. Let us walk through a practical example. Suppose your after-tax income is $3,000 per month. Under the 50-30-20 rule, $1,500 goes to needs, $900 goes to wants, $600 goes to savings and debt repayment. It is that simple. You can adjust the numbers to your income, but the percentages remain the same. This structure creates balance and removes guesswork. Now let us explore each category in detail. The 50% needs. Housing is often the largest portion of needs. Rent or mortgage payments, property taxes, and home insurance fit here. Transportation is next: car payments, fuel, public transit, insurance, and maintenance. Utilities like electricity, water, internet, and phone are also essential. Groceries are a need, but remember, essentials mean reasonable food costs, not luxury dining. Minimum debt payments count as needs because they are required. Healthcare premiums and necessary expenses are also in this category. The challenge for many is that needs take more than 50%. If rent alone eats half your income, balance becomes difficult. The solution is to adjust aggressively. Consider downsizing housing, getting a roommate, renegotiating bills, or finding cheaper transportation. The goal is to bring essentials under control so you have space for growth. The 30% wants. This category is often misunderstood. Wants are not evil, they are part of a healthy budget. They provide fun, motivation, and quality of life, but they must be limited. Streaming services, gym memberships, travel, new gadgets, concerts, coffee shops, restaurants, all of these belong here. Wants should not spill into the needs category. That is where many budgets fail. People convince themselves a luxury car is a need when in reality, reliable transportation is the need. Wants are optional upgrades, not essentials. By limiting wants to 30%, you create discipline without deprivation. You can enjoy life, but not at the expense of savings. It creates balance between today and tomorrow. The 20% savings and debt. This is the engine of wealth. At least 20% of your income should go here. If you have high interest debt like credit card balances, focus this category on paying it down first. Interest eats wealth faster than almost anything else. Once high interest debt is gone, shift focus to savings. Build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund to protect against job loss or unexpected expenses. After the emergency fund, prioritize retirement accounts like a 40-1 or IRA. Contributing early allows compound interest to grow your money over decades. Even small contributions matter. Finally, consider investments such as index funds, ETFs, or real estate once your foundation is strong. This category is not optional. Without it, you remain stuck in cycles of stress. Here's another reminder: needs keep you alive, wants make life enjoyable, but savings make life free. That freedom is worth protecting every time you choose to save. Why the 50-30-20 rule works. The brilliance of this rule lies in its simplicity. Many budgets fail because they are too complex. People get lost in dozens of categories, tracking every cent until they give up. The 50-3-20 rule uses broad strokes, making it easier to stick with long term. It also ensures balance. You do not overspend on wants, you do not let needs balloon unchecked, and you always prioritize savings. It also works for any income level. Whether you earn $2,000 or $10,000 per month, the percentages scale. The absolute numbers differ, but the balance remains. Challenges with the rule. For some, especially in high-cost cities, needs take more than 50%. If rent consumes 60 or 70%, the rule feels impossible. In these cases, adjustments are required. You may aim for 6-20-20 temporarily, reducing wants and keeping savings intact. The principle remains balance and discipline matter more than perfection. Over time, look for ways to reduce fixed costs or increase income to return closer to the 50-30-20 structure. Another challenge is lifestyle inflation. As income rises, people often expand wants. They upgrade cars, homes, or vacations, keeping savings stagnant. The 50-30-20 rule protects against this by locking percentages. If income rises, savings rise automatically with it. That creates long-term wealth instead of short-term thrills. Step-by-step plan to use the rule. Step 1, calculate your after-tax income. This is the money that actually hits your account after taxes and mandatory deductions. Step 2, multiply that number by 50, 30, and 20% to set category limits. Step 3, track your current spending for 1 month. Compare it with your limits. Step 4, adjust. If needs exceed 50%, find ways to reduce them. If wants exceed 30%, cut back. Step 5, automate savings and debt payments. Set transfers on payday so the 20% is guaranteed. Step 6, review quarterly. Life changes and your budget should adapt. Here is another engaging thought. Imagine if every person consistently saved 20% of income from their first paycheck. Most financial stress in society would disappear. People would retire comfortably, handle emergencies, and build wealth automatically. The 50-30-20 rule is not just a personal tool, it is a societal solution, adapting the rule for your life. While the classic formula is 50-30-20, you can adapt it based on goals. If you want to pay debt faster, you might shift to 50-20-30 with 30% going to debt and savings. If you live in a low-cost area, you might reduce needs to 40% and increase savings to 30 or even 40%. The structure is flexible. The principle is balance between living today and preparing for tomorrow. The psychology of the rule: humans struggle with delayed gratification. We want comfort now. Budgets that cut all wants often fail because people burn out. 50-30-20 rule acknowledges human nature. It gives you 30% for enjoyment, guilt-free, while still forcing you to save. That psychological balance is why it works long-term. Mistakes to avoid. The biggest mistake is mislabeling wants as needs. A luxury apartment, designer clothes, or the newest phone are wants, not needs. Another mistake is ignoring savings until later. People tell themselves they will save when income increases, but lifestyle inflation eats the raise. Start saving now, even if the amount is small. A third mistake is inconsistency. The rule only works if applied month after month. Benefits of following the rule: the benefits are clear. You gain control over money. You reduce stress because bills, fun, and savings all have space. You build wealth consistently. You live within your means while still enjoying life. Most importantly, you create a habit that compounds over time. Small monthly savings become large reserves after years. Here is one final reminder. Your money has 3 jobs: keep you alive, let you enjoy life, and prepare for tomorrow. The 50-30-20 rule assigns each job its fair share. No more, no less. When you follow it, money becomes a servant, not a master. The 50-30-20 rule is simple but powerful. It divides your income into 50% needs, 30% wants, and 20% savings and debt repayment. It works because it is easy, flexible, and balanced. It helps you live today while preparing for tomorrow. It prevents overspending, encourages saving, and creates long-term stability. If you want to take control of your money without endless complexity, start with the 50-30-20 rule. Apply it for 3 months, track your progress, and adjust as needed. You will see how quickly it reduces stress and builds confidence. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more practical money strategies, join us here at Level Up Wealth. Subscribe so you never miss insights that can transform your financial journey. Remember, budgeting does not need to be hard. It just needs to be clear. The 50-30-20 rule is budgeting made simple, and simplicity is often the smartest path to freedom.